what it is. It's your boy Burley at the Hit Factory. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. NYC, back in my hometown, and I figured it's a good time to put out a video breaking down the science. It's probably going to ruffle some feathers because I got an email from this brother, and he was asking me about Wing Chun and 52 blocks. And he said, I think I should learn Wing Chun because I'm short and stubby, and I heard Wing Chun is good for inside fighting. I told him for where he was at, Wing Chun wouldn't serve him. I just got to go out on the limb here that without one of the three major bodies, your Kung Fu is bullshit. I'm sorry. It won't work. You spent all that money, taking all those lessons, and you're still going to get your ass kicked. Wing Chun does not work. That's why we haven't seen it win in any fights. You'll hear people say, oh, I won fights with my Wing Chun, but we ain't never seen those fights, so we don't believe you. I'm sorry. Put up a video or something. But other than that, we don't believe you. Wing Chun ain't winning no fights without being connected to the three major bodies of fighting. There's only three ways to fight: punching, kicking, wrestling. Now, if you want to make any of the abstract arts work, you have to first master one of those, or all three, or two out the three, I don't know. But one of those, or all three of those, has to be mastered to add your Kung Fu into it. Without that, you're in a Kung Fu fantasy. Even Wing Chun, we've heard all these stories about Young Chun and Young Kung and the woman that made it, and that's not true. Wing Chun was a game that they played on the boats in between times, the Red Opera Factory, in between times of performing and getting to another performance because they was going by boat. They'd be on the boat. So they play this game. This is where you get this from, because they were on the boat and they would play this game of trying to touch each other and the men. And it's equivalent to this game here that we got in the States where somebody puts their hands on top of yours and you try to smack them. It's almost equivalent to that. See, the thing with Wing Chun, though, the game progressed and the sticky arm came out of that, which was a good thing. Now, the form itself, I don't know who came with the form, but the Young Chun, it was a female story. It's been debunked. It's not true. It was a myth. Another thing is, we got a lot of brothers trying to out-Chinese the Chinese. If you're not Chinese, you shouldn't be trying to out-Chinese the Chinese. What always gets me is they're in the Chinese robes. It's not even your culture. Shit is crazy. But hey, you do what you do. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, from my opinion, what I think is crazy. But I was telling the brother he should learn 52 blocks. It's way more real. Because it's connected to one of the main bodies. Kung Fu and all of these other arts that do not connect to one of the main bodies, one or more, is an abstract dream. And it won't be a dream you can realize, until you can connect it to one of the three: punching, kicking, wrestling. Till then, it's a joke. I'm sorry. You wasted your money. Wing Chun doesn't work. Your Pa Qua doesn't work. Your Tai Chi doesn't work. None of those things work for you. Then you look at it, you're trying to fight in the way that a Chinese man fights. His body structure is different from yours. And they throw punches. We punch. Our punches are way more active, so you're not going to be able to use a lot of those Kung Fu systems to American style of punching. So, here we go again with the fantasy killers. Chances are your Kung Fu doesn't work. And it's not because the Kung Fu doesn't work too either. It's because you won't work. Because you ain't go out and master one of the three bodies of fighting that makes sense: punching, kicking, wrestling. Other than that, your Kung Fu is a game. That's why we won't see it in the sparring. We won't see it in the MMA. We won't see it in the boxing match. We won't even see it in the backyard boogie. Because when shit gets real, that won't work. So I said it. Your Wing Chun doesn't work, buddy. You wasted all your money. Holla at you.